Alright guys, we got Grims here doing some 1v1s. First 1v1 we've actually had for Workshop Wednesday, so shout outs to him. This is casual, so the rank isn't displayed, but Grims is Plat. He's doing some casual 1v1s before he signed up. I actually am a huge fan of 1v1s for warm-ups because they kind of keep you on your toes and help you with little things like making sure you win kickoffs and boost stuff. But the nice thing about doing ones is there's a lot of goals, so we're going to focus mostly on that. And then the other thing is kickoffs. Kickoffs are absolutely crucial. They're like the one thing you can control in Rocket League. So we'll see how he does. The other person says they're season 11 grand champ. We'll see how that actually goes. So kickoff, obviously a mistake already. You're air rolling through it, but you got to make sure it's continuous. And there's two ways you can approach this kickoff. You can either hit it, you want to get to it first, so you push it around him. So you're trying to land like here. You landed here. So the way to do these kickoffs, and I'm fucking terrible at them too. I usually don't recommend doing quick kickoffs anymore. These types of kickoffs are used literally to make sure you get to the ball first. Like you're going to be like a nose ahead. And then when you hit the ball on this side, it pushes past. I don't recommend doing these anymore. People have gotten so good at kickoffs and so consistent at kickoffs that doing quick kickoffs around don't really matter anymore. The easiest kickoff is the scrub killer kickoff, as people refer to it. And all you do is you boost, jump forward, and then when you get to about here, you turn and hit it as square as possible. You want to hit the ball jumping into it here as square as possible with your car moving this way as well. The benefit of doing that is it's going to force all of the pressure that you're putting on the ball in the least angle of resistance to back here. So unless he hits it perfectly as well, that ball is going to pinch out in your favor anyway. It also makes it neutralize and kill really well. So like if he does win or if you win, doesn't matter. The ball will settle here, and as long as you can recover and hit the ball, you've got almost like you almost always have a goal. Rapid reviewing you is impossible, man. You're just giggling and being an idiot the whole time or denying boost on the other half. Also, we got to record another video soon, bud. It was super fun. So. Make a mistake on the kickoff, it happens. You make sure to come back to the middle. He backs off for some reason.
Well, he's going to be dropping you the knowledge.
Yo, Rep, appreciate the sub.
To look at as well. There's a little bit of.
Is that all I have to do? Is
well, okay, yeah,
Is that it? Is that
yeah,
what I put
kind of.
I appreciate you, Lawler.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
So, on this, so the whole point of getting it on this side of your car is so you can flick it with this side, right? The goal is here. You can approach this in two ways in a dribble. You can either A, go this way and then flick it that way, or you can do the opposite. You can bring it this way and then flick it that way. So if you decide to dribble this with the inside of your car, which you do, you cut super hard here. You want to be doing that about here. So when you turn, you're about, if you're looking at the goal, like the top here, so you can flick it inside. It's kind of hard to show from here, but I think it's because you recognize he's also AFK, so you just kind of back off, which is respectful. So you back off. Get more boost. So I don't know if you're trying to go for the air dribble or not. But with a bounce like this, you can definitely apply power on it too for a shot. So you went for the air dribble. The difficulty of going for the air dribble like this is unless you play it off the backboard and try to go for a double. So like you got to play this hard, follow it, and then meet it in air and play it across. Because the angle that you're taking here is never going to work. You got to be more direct if you're going to go for something like that. Make sure you close the gap here as well. So you're going away from it, even though you have 76 boost. If you stay close to this, it makes it harder for him to make a touch. You don't have to commit to it at all. Just stay close to it. So when he's moving back, you can easily just say, okay, hey, I'm here to challenge. Good. Good patience. You wait for it to get close, and then you challenge it. push it away to maintain possession. It's fine. There's nobody on you. There's no need to do this. So, important tactic in ones is bounce dribbling, just because it makes it hard to read. Something that I'd highly recommend practicing for all ones players. What time are we at? 54. I don't have my controller plugged in, but let me give you an example. Also, what is up, Colt? How are you doing? Highly recommend if people are trying to practice dribbling. There's two things you can do. I don't know how well it's going to work on my KBM skills, but if you literally just take the ball and do this. When you're dribbling, just pop it, and then with every touch, try to go to the other side. Obviously, doing this on KBM is not a good idea, but the reason why you want to do that is because it's more difficult for them to read the ball. Also, it'll show you how to touch or get that touch going. So just doing this. Okay, so practice doing that. And then the other thing is with the ball, if it's going with you, stuff like this is a great way. It doesn't commit to the ball, but it makes it really hard to read. And then when you're ready to shoot, that's when you go for it. People who are really, really good will do that with it on their hood the whole way, because then they can flick it, they can go for an air dribble, they can pop it, and do whatever they want. But all those types of things are great. But it's going to give you and help you practice that kind of finesse of a dribble. But the thing that you were doing could easily, instead of just throwing away possession, because there's nobody on you, just keep baiting it, you know? Just keep popping it up. And then when you're ready to make your shot, you know, you can. So I'll show you the difference, right? Extras, replays. Can't do that yet. Let's go Grim.
While he's going to be dropping you the knowledge, there's something to look at as well. There's a little bit of...
So we're going to go 54.
Yeah, kind of.
I appreciate you, Lawler.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
This is my longest relationship ever, Kappa.
Yo, Rapid, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate you dropping the love. If you want to actually apply for this, do exclamation point workshop. It'll give you a form that you can pull out. Rapid, we can also do this for like a YouTube video or something if you want. We can record it like tonight or something, or later. And get you in comms and do like a one-on-one coaching thing for like a video if you want, which would be really cool. We can do it for both our channels. But I appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to Snack Pack. Enjoy the badge and emotes. Also, Dread, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, 4 months in a row. Glad you're committed, man. Glad you're committed. But yeah, so look how far away this player is, right? He's practically on the other side of the field. So as soon as you pop this, as soon as you go for the aerial, your hit is happening and he is nowhere near you. So all you're doing is giving possession away to the other player. If you keep this close or you pop it like I was talking about, as soon as he comes to challenge, that's when you want to make your attack. But at this point, you're just like, I'm going to show my cards right away. This is my hand. This is what I got. And it makes it a really easy save for him. Good challenge. You get the boost too. Should be a free goal for you. And it is. Nice. Much better on the kickoff. A lot cleaner. Wave dash. That's fine. What's I'm talking about, man? Like, Grim said that he was Plat, and he's doing a fucking wave dash. Like... I get for the fake. Okay, so going for this. Never commit to this. As soon as you jump into this, if he makes any save whatsoever, it's going the other way. So on this, when this ball is coming down, this part's fine. Just keep shadowing this or mirroring it, however you want to refer to it as. All you're doing is just wiggling back and forth and forcing it because you need him to make a decision. As soon as he makes a decision, that's when you attack. Okay? So as you're wiggling back and forth, just keep following the ball. You don't need to commit to it. Unless you can jump off and put a shot on target right now, that will beat him. If you can put power on the shot right on target, that's one thing. But this touch, plays into the corner. So now you're committing to the ball, and you're going to land here. All he has to do is make a touch, and he goes down the other way on the other side of the field. So the other thing that you should know, and this is something that's going to take a lot of experience. The reason I know it is because I used to be pretty good at ones a long time ago. We're talking like 3 years ago plus. I noticed that he hesitates on a lot of his challenges. He's definitely trying to toy with you a little bit. He's definitely going for fakes. So that may lead into how he plays his challenges later. Like here, when he's coming down on the wall, he like stuttered. He like brake checked it, and then he went. That should tell you he's going to work that stuff into his dribbles as well. Something to be mindful of. So there, he does it twice. He kind of does that stutter with his car, which leads to a goal. Don't get the boost, not a big deal. Being on back wall is scary, especially in ones. Easiest way to get off is by jumping. Jump and then use that wave dash. I know you can do. So jump off, level your car, wave dash. It'll put it. The other thing is just try to get off there as soon as possible. It's a rough place to be, especially when that ball hits in a weird spot. You come down fine. You just got to commit to it. So when you come down, you're starting to move down here. When you move down like this, you either move in and try to go for the challenge, or just try to cut off that angle. So when you come down like this, and then you level back out. Just come off the wall. The difficulty is he looks like he's going to push shot on. And the reason why this is just bad altogether is because you're not in a position to save this on this back wall. You've limited your capability. So his shot here is why it's forcing you to go back up. But you should have never went there in the first place. Stay on the ground. Try to come off. Close that gap. But because of that, you end up falling off. And then this happens. You give him the appropriate amount of space. You're just waiting for his touch. Just that back wall killed you. Much better kickoff. Going for the 100. You miss it. So as soon as you're approaching here, you got to determine what do you want to accomplish with this, right? Ideally, he has advantage. Technically, offense always has advantage, but with his positioning, he has a pretty clear cut of being able to save the goal in any way, shape, or form. So all you're really trying to do at this point is put him under pressure and start to dwindle down his boost in ones. Ones, and someone that does this really, really well is Kronovi. Kronovi is notorious for just being super patient on every single shot. He knows that I have advantage because I'm denying your boost, and then he waits and punishes you for it when he plays ones. This is a prime example. So he has a finite amount of boost. You have 86, but as soon as you make this play, you're going to be able to get another 100. So my recommendation on plays like this is when you come in and you hit this, put this with power up above. Try to get it to settle in this area. Get it to roll up so he has to make a save. You're trying to get him to move out of position. You're just trying to get him to do something. And as soon as he does that, you can swing and boost, rotate back out, and then just wait for it to develop. The difficulty is when you come up like this, he knows immediately, okay, no matter what he does with his touch, he's going to get beat. The way that you can win this, if you say you still do the same thing, is play that ball a little bit ahead of you, make a touch towards him, and then delay your challenge. You want it to hit him first. Say if this is his car and the ball hits, ball's going to hit, you're here, it bounces out, and then you hit it, you'll win the 50-50 because it'll be the least angular resistance, and then you can put it out. Scary thing about that is unless you hit it square, you are going to get dunked on pretty hard. So play that out. Make sure you hit this second. You're way too close to the ball right now. If you hesitate hitting this, you'll win this 50. But because he hits it second, it pinches out and it goes the other way. Challenging this is scary for two reasons. He's facing directly towards your net. You are coming in at an angle, which means it's going to pinch out and go this way if you hit it. The other thing, too, is he's been faking you a lot because you're playing aggressive. When you're coming in this fast, it's very easy for someone to just break and watch you go on pass, which happens. Make sure you dodge into this at least. I definitely work on simplifying your kickoff, Grims. It would help you a lot and make you a lot more consistent. Oh, is he actually going to do it? So air dribbles are a unique one in ones, especially at lower ranks. I highly recommend not doing it because it's so risky. Unless you can pull them cleanly and control it the whole way, you're just asking you to counterattack. Because if I see someone go for an air dribble nowadays, I'll just sit and watch and wait for them to make a mistake, and then I'll challenge it for the 50-50 and still have more boost. Air dribbles just expend a ton of boost. They commit you to a position that you don't really want. It's very dangerous. It's better to just smack it as hard as you can off the wall and then go back down, get some boost, and then wait for the second touch. But in this circumstance, you actually land in front of him, so he can't really attack it, which is good. Kind of a little happy accident. But then as you rotate out, for some reason he tries to fake you again. He break checks there, and you punish him for it. So to me, that's telling that he's just trying to style on you. And in circumstances like that, if you just play aggressive and just make sure no matter when you challenge, you hit the ball, you should win. Another kickoff, which you win. Try to deny his boost here. As soon as you win that, you have advantage. Don't go away from the ball. Go towards the ball. You want to control that possession as much as possible. Plus, if you get in front of him, if you deny all this, that is his line of his pathing that he's going to go. So if you can deny this boost, especially this one, and the ball plays in this area, you have advantage for boost and can deny him and put him under kind of distress. Or duress, not distress. He should score this. I don't know how he doesn't score that. Guy's definitely playing cocky. Good punish for it, though. Gotta make sure you're boosting into that. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. Make sure you jump into that, otherwise he can dunk you. So, covering near post is great, but you're not giving yourself any room. A player who knows how to flick this can put this above you easily. He can bring this across and then flick it above you. Your angle, you're not gonna be able to react in time. So there's two options you can either play it. You can either A, back out and go here, and then be able to move across to make a save, or you need to go back further into the net so you can move out and make a save. One or the other. Going back and forth like that just puts you in a really bad spot. It gives you no momentum going into a challenge. But a good player can either shoot this far post on you, or you can put it right above you in this corner. Make sure you jump into that as well, because if you don't, there's a good chance that they dunk you. Nice. You wait for him to commit, and then you flick it over. Perfect. Way too much space being given. Even with low boost in ones, giving space is so bad. Much cleaner aerial this time as well. And if you would have got that boost, it would have been great. That second jump actually killed you. That sucks. So when you had this, your jump was on trajectory. Like, as soon as you jumped again here, it pushes the ball further this way. You're actually just trying to slowly feather it this way. You want to end like here. Using that second jump was actually not good for you.
Lawler, shut up.
Torvis, we'll probably get to it next week. Snitch, appreciate the follow, man. Good challenge. This should be a goal. Nice. So he doesn't get the middle boost for whatever reason. He then backs completely off. He still pulls 24 boost here, but doesn't turn and punish you for it, which I don't understand. So this should have been a goal for him, because that touch was rough. It settled rather than going towards net, which happens. I'm not going to critique you for mechanical mistakes. You'll just get better with those at time. So you turn on it, which is fine. You take it wide. The benefit of taking it wide is when you do go to hit this, it's going to be more power this way as compared to him coming in. So that's fine. Pushes past. And then again for the second time, you get him to commit, and then you flick it past. You get in front of it, pop it up. Perfect. He's going to get 2 kickoff goals, it looks like here. Yeah, Grims. The biggest thing I can tell is with that, until you get more comfortable with boosting and using that jump and using them at the same time, just clean up your kickoff. I would go for a simpler kickoff that's more like consistent. It's going to help you a lot. How does he get a goal here? He just dunks you. Okay. Yeah, you just let this one get above you. It's unfortunate. It happens. That one's much cleaner. So, to help you with these, if you're trying to do this, so it looks like you want to take it and then flick it, right? You got to be going a lot faster because you need to get that ball rolling up on the side of your car. So as soon as you take this, you got to commit hard. Come in and push this as hard as you can because he's going to be able to rotate and cover here anyway. You got to put him in a bad position. So when you come down with this, hit it, hit boost and just push it. You got to get this having as much speed because then when you get around it, it's going to roll up the side of your car like here, and then you can flick it back in. 539. Okay. Again, we're going to do this on KBM. Let me know how it goes. So we'll do it on the same exact side. So when you're coming down and you're trying to bring it across, ideally what you're trying to do is push it with power. So when you get it back around it, it rolls up. But if you're moving too slow with it, you have to make a harder cut to get the ball in, which isn't really the best thing. So make sure when you're doing this, the more speed you put on it, the easier that ball is going to roll up. It's so hard on keyboard. So if you push this with power, faster it's kind of like glues to your car almost. Guys, I can't do this on keyboard. This is a terrible idea. All right, try this again. One last time. So the faster you push it, see how much easier it sticks to my car? And then you just got to land your flick correctly, which I can't do on keyboard or mouse. I don't have the finesse for it because for some reason people like digital inputs in a racing game. But push it faster. It'll help you a lot. It'll keep the ball closer to your vehicle and make it a heck of a lot easier for you to dribble. Put some pace on it. It'll allow it to roll up, and then you can flick it past. I don't know why it does this every time. Like, why can't I... Is spectator broken again? Like, why can't I just select that right away? I don't know. So you get the boost, he bumps you, and then you back up. That's unfortunate. So this is where fake challenges are really important, right? So that spacing's kind of a weird spot. So you're coming through, you get bumped. You slow down. Instead, rather than just coming straight to a halt, when you come to a complete stop here, any touch he makes will go past you. Whether he decides to hit it, whether he decides to push it past. So rather than slowing your momentum completely, and you see the brakes here with your two like puffs of smoke, just casually slow down. You're basically trying to close the gap between you and him. But by completely stopping, this means that this is where you're committed to. As long as he gets it past at this point, he will score. So make sure you slow your momentum, but don't kill it completely, because that way you can still have a little bit going in. Because a slight turn to the right will stop this shot. Tied back up. See what you do. How do you end it? Almost. So you get on this. I don't know if you use power slide much, but if you power slide, you have a goal here. As soon as you land, if you drift turn with boost, which you have plenty, you can get to this ball really fast and put a shot on target. Even here, like this extra boost coming through is putting you further away from the ball. You shouldn't even boost here. You should just turn. And you do it right there, actually. So just do that sooner. You have the right idea. You get too far over it. Good save. He's getting cocky. Much cleaner kickoff. Nothing crazy to it. You challenge right away. Good. Almost get the play. The pre-jump there is actually really good too, because it cuts off the angle. It makes it impossible for him to make a save unless he does what he does. So the difficulty of doing this. So when you're doing this, right? When you come around, the ball is going to come down, and you're going to turn it sideways. When you're facing horizontal and he's got full advantage, no matter what challenge you make on this, you will get dunked and you will lose. 100% of the time. Challenging sideways versus someone challenging directly at it is going to make you lose. The other difficulty too is when you turn on this and it hits the side of your car, it pops up, which makes a really easy goal for him. So two things you need to be careful of. This is where fake challenges really come into play. If that ball is rolling down, all you have to do is just, mirror it, shadow it, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of follow it. And then when he commits, then you can go into it. The only time you should go for pops like that is when you are facing directly behind it. Buzz, thanks for the host. Hopefully you had a good stream, man. So here, let this ball come to you a little bit more rather than making such a hard turn. If this ball comes like this and you hit it and you're moving this way, so the ball's going to move like this, move this way with it because it'll still keep it away from him and give you possession. So the ball will bounce off, go this way, you can then dribble it across, bring it all the way, get your boost, do whatever you need to. But a pop like that is super dangerous. He should have scored here. But he air rolls out of it for whatever reason. Good decision not to commit to it. You bump him. That should be a goal. Good. Good. Good patience on the back end. So ones are a little bit different one. We've never really done ones here. And it doesn't translate into the competitive scene as much. But from what I'm seeing, like a lot of it is just your decision making. You do throw away possession quite a bit. A couple of your touches obviously can be cleaned up. Decision making wise, for the most part, like you have a pretty fine-tuned understanding of like, okay, when the guy commits, I can do these things. But being able to do it with the ball moving faster is going to allow you to have a little bit more control and finesse on it. That stuff just takes a lot of time. M.!workshop. It's the first link in the Google Doc form. Yeah, it's definitely not a 1 in GC for sure. He was also toying with you quite a bit, but that player could easily be boosted. If they got their GC title, there was nothing about that replay that told me that guy was GC at all. Literally nothing. So he definitely was toying, so that's a little bit. But if he's playing casual ones, I don't know why he's not just doing it to warm up or what he's trying. I think he's just trying to build his own ego by getting fakes on someone. Beats me, man. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, a couple things to work on here and there, but for the most part, like you can definitely tell you've played ones before. So keep going, man. Just put more practice into it. And then work on those things. Like the biggest one for me was noticing like your possessive decisions. Like when you have possession, throwing that away for no reason. Or like when you do go to attack or make a flick or an air dribble and stuff, you're doing it from an angle that will not benefit you in any way. Next match tries to air dribble goes only. Yeah, he's just toying with you, man. It happens.